2021 Triumph Tiger 850 Sport Review. Marketing is a funny thing. Usually, manufacturers exaggerate the displacement in model names even if only by a little bit. However, in the case of the 2021 Triumph Tiger 850 Sport, the Hinckley-based company rebadged its Tiger 900 as an 850 with a couple of goals in mind. Although we're mildly interested in motorcycle marketing, we are always ready to ride. That's what we did with the Tiger 850 Sport, and we logged long miles in the saddle of this adventure touring sport fusion. The 2021 Triumph Tiger 900 GT and Tiger 900 Rally are higher performance ADV motorcycles with premium prices. The GT is $2,705 more than the Tiger 850 Sport, and the Rally is $700 more than the GT. With an MSRP of $11,995, the Tiger 850 Sport offers an exceptional value for the rider who doesn't demand features such as adjustable suspension damping, IMU-supported electronic aids and riding modes, a larger TFT screen, and various other upgrades. The Tiger 850 also replaced the standard Tiger 900. A2 licensing compliance was a motivator for Triumph to create the 2021 Tiger 850 Sport. The standard 900 put out a bit too much peak horsepower to suit European regulators. Triumph padded down the output a bit, as it concurrently moved the power band down the rev range. The 850S motor puts out less peak power, instead, it focuses on low and mid-range power, which is of no concern to bureaucrats. The 850S 888 cubic centimeters inline 3 still manages 84 horsepower at 8,500 rpm and 61 ft-lbs of torque at 6,500 rpm. That's plenty for the motorcycle's intended use as a street-oriented ADV machine. There are two power modes: road and rain. If it's not raining, stick with road. Triumph didn't change the standard 900S chassis in the conversion to the 850 Sport, though it made an odd tire swap. The standard 900 had Metzeler Tourance Next tires, which are a 90/10 street/dirt tire. The 850 Sport gets Michelin Anarchy Adventure rubber, which is 80/20 street/dirt. At the same time, Triumph indicates that the 850 Sport is more street-focused than the 900 it replaces. The difference in tire focus isn't great, though one look at the tread pattern of the two tires tells the story they're two different genres. When out on the road and sport touring, the 10 horsepower drop isn't a big concern. Most of the time, you aren't running the engine at the rev counts required to feel a big difference. It's only noticeable when overtaking on a 2-lane road or busy freeway. The strong performance up through the mid-range is thoroughly satisfying and makes for a sporting ride. The slick 6-speed transmission doesn't have a quick shifter, but it hardly needs it. Shifts are effortless when required, and the broad power band requires less shifting if you're not trying to set a blistering pace. The clutch is of the assist and slipper persuasion, and your hand will appreciate that in traffic. Triples have long been an odd cylinder configuration, and the 850S motor makes you wonder why. The Tiger 850 splits the difference between the slower revving of a twin and the busyness of an inline 4. While we're not always big fans of compromises, this is a good one for sport touring. Also, the triple gets a 1-3-2 firing order with a gap before and after the third cylinder fires. This produces a bit of a twin's rumbling feel, and it makes for a favorably visceral ride. Really, every moment the motor is running is a cause for celebration. Handling on the 2021 Triumph Tiger 850 Sport is pleasantly neutral. The chassis neither makes demands nor encourages you to do more than have a good time. The fixed damping Marzocchi suspension is calibrated for a balance between comfort and sporting capabilities, another well-thought-out compromise. As such, you're not tempted to test its limits. Instead, you enjoy the confident handling that allows you to experience the scenery in addition to the ride. Putting in 300 miles in a day with a 50/50 mix of interstates and tight twisties does not exhaust the rider. Instead, it's a rewarding experience that leaves you looking for more, exactly what sport touring is about. The 5.3-gallon fuel tank allows you to stop less often, if that's your style. Although the Michelin Anakee Adventure tires have a bit more of an ADV focus, they perform exceptionally well on the Tiger 850 Sport. Leaning the 850 over far enough to touch my toe down is drama-free. This is not a motorcycle for testing limits, and the Michelins work fantastically within the sport's parameters. In our winter test, we hit some dirty roads. The Anakee Adventures provided more grip than a pure street tire would, and that adds confidence. We did a bit of dirt road experimentation, and the Tiger felt good. The tire's jagged block pattern has a good feel on a good condition hard-packed dirt road where you wouldn't want to take a strictly street motorcycle. Don't buy the 850 Sport for the adventure, but know that it has some ADV in its blood.